Hello, this is Jacob, and in this video I'll be talking about Ali Berman's In a Virtual Zoo, There Are No Animals in Captivity. I'll be going over some annotations, a summary of the story, and how this author compares and contrasts two different things. I'll also be going over an outside source relating to the story. So here's a few annotations. Berman opens up talking about how animals are exhilarating. It really shows how much she's interested in animals and how much she cares for them. She goes over some examples of animals like lions, polar bears, and whales, and how zoos are trying to stay in business with these animals. Let me go over a brief summary of this article. So, author Ali Berman discusses a new way of displaying different animals. She talks about how people are so used to seeing live animals at the zoo, but don't realize that they could be at risk of being kept in captivity. She explains how animal rights groups are worried about the health of these animals, especially when many zoos aren't able to provide adequate habitats for all the species in their care. She then gives some good examples of bad animal care, including the killing of Harambe, the gorilla who was near a child when it fell into its habitat, the euthanizing of a healthy giraffe at the Copenhagen Zoo, and the rise of campaigns to move sick elephants into sanctuaries. These problems cause zoo advocates to take part in creating programs that protect these endangered animals. This is where that new alternative comes in, also known as virtual zoos. Berman explains how a company known as the Landmark Entertainment Group, known for working on Jurassic Park The Ride, Confrontation, and The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man 5D at Universal Studios, came up with the idea and is working on one in China. She states that it will feature a virtual zoo, a virtual aquarium, an interactive museum, and a digital art gallery, and the group is doing it all with no live animals. It's called the LIVE Center, also known as Landmark Interactive Virtual Experience. Berman believes that it's possible for people to feel the same excitement that they feel with live animals with the virtual animals, especially when they can see them doing interesting things like hunting or playing rather than just resting. So my outside source here is Josh Davidge's World's First VR Zoo Looks to Delight Animal Fans in China. I wanted to go over a few annotations just to show how he goes in depth with the process. Here he opens up talking about how using VR can take you from the inside of a fridge to coming face to face with tigers in the world. This really shows the versatility of virtual reality and how it can be really realistic. He also describes the process as innovative and inventive. This really shows how this VR method is engaging and can cause people to be interested. Going back to uh, Berman's article, she compares and contrasts the two different ways of watching animals at the zoo in real life or virtually. One thing these two methods have in common is that people can watch these animals in person. The difference between the two is the way these animals are being watched. At a live zoo, there are real life animals that people can see up close. In a virtual zoo, there are real animals, but they aren't being watched live. Instead, they are seen by video. One example of a zoo using this method is Guangzhou Zoo in southern China, which is mentioned in Davidge's article. He states it's used through its combined use of virtual reality, augmented reality, 3D projection, and holographic laser projection to bring visitors closer than ever before to animals. He also mentions how old the zoo is. It's 60 years old, and it really shows that it's been here for a while and that it's a good thing they use this new process of the VR to attract more people to the zoo. So even though Berman is comparing and contrasting these two methods, she seems to be in favor of the virtual method. She explains the negatives of live animal zoos well, while also discussing why virtual zoos are the better option. She states, thanks to the flexibility of virtual reality, kids won't be limited to viewing existing species. They will be able to visit faraway places and even meet creatures that have long been extinct. So using virtual reality may not give people the same experience as watching live animals, but it's a beneficial alternative for them. So that is my video, and thank you for watching.